Okay, hi everyone. Today welcome to SR Academy. So today we'll be learning the interpreting a balancing chemical equation. Okay, so before starting this chapter, so what is the help of this interpreting a chemical equation, right? So whenever we interpret a chemical equations, we'll get the information about reactants and product. This is the first point. Okay, so sometimes in the exam he may ask you what is the interpretation of balanced chemical equation. By interpreting the chemical equation, we'll get the information of what are the reactants, what are the product, and we'll also get the relation between the ratio of molecules of reactants and product. Okay, in what ratio the reactants and products are divided. We'll also get their uniform mass. Okay, we have to calculate their molecular masses that can be also expressed in uniform mass, and there will have some problems like if you have mass is given, we can find the volume for that particular mass. So we can say that is mass to volume relationships. Okay, if any gas is evolved, so we can equate their mass to volume, and if any suppose any gas or any mass is weight is given, we can also find the number of molecules, which is also known as Avogadro number. So in the basic previous classes you have learned, I think you have learned about the STP condition. STP condition, this mole is a unit of the is a mole is a unit for molecules. So 1 mole contain 22.4 liters of volume, and it contains around 6.022 into 10 power 23 molecules. Okay, these are there at STP condition. 1 mole. Okay, 1 mole, in 1 mole will have 22.4 liters of volume and 6.022 into 10 power 23 number of molecules. This we need to remember. Okay, so let me take you to the questions, and now let me solve a question here. So we have a question given that aluminium when react with ferrous oxide, when aluminium react with ferrous oxide, it giving aluminium oxide and ferrous. Okay, so first of all you need to calculate the molecular mass. So if you have calculated the molecular mass, or you can see on the screen the board whether the equation is balanced or unbalanced. It is unbalanced, right? The first step is you need to balance. So here we have 2 ferrous, we'll write 2 here. Here we have 2 aluminum, we'll write 2 here. So after balancing the equations, you need to calculate their mass. Or as you can see here, see, we are getting the information about reactant and product. So first one we'll find the moles. So here we have 2 moles of aluminium, and here we have 1 mole of ferrous oxide. Here we have 1 mole of aluminium oxide. Here we have 2 moles of ferrous. Now let me calculate their weights. So if you want to calculate their weight, so we need to know the atomic mass. So what is an atomic mass of an aluminium? It is 27. You can find in the periodic table. So 2 into 27. So 2 into 27 units. So you can also express in units. You can also express in grams. So you'll get the weight is 54 grams. So let me calculate the weight for ferrous oxide. If you want to calculate the weight for ferrous oxide, so it means we need to calculate individually. We have 2 ferrous plus 3 oxygens. So 2. The weight of the ferrous is 56. The weight of the oxygen is 16. So now you need to multiply 56 into 2. 6 to the 12, 5 to the 10, 112 plus 48. So when you add, we'll get 160. Okay, this is the weight of ferrous oxide. The weight of ferrous oxide is 160 grams, you can say. Next we have to calculate the weight of aluminium. So we have 2 aluminiums. So 2 into 27. So 54 plus 48. So we'll get 102. Next, weight of 1 ferrous is 56. 56 into 2 is 112. So if you add the total mass in the reactants and the total mass in the product, as per the law of conservation of mass, we know that an item has the same mass, same weight at a reactant and same weight at a product. The number of atoms should also same. So if you add this, we'll get, see, 4, 2, 214. Here also we'll get the 214. Okay, so we can say that the masses are same. Now he's asking a question. Okay, so when suppose if you want to calculate the aluminium, so here is asking you have to calculate the aluminium, okay, aluminium required to get 1120 kg of iron. Okay, so this is the question he's asking. How much amount of aluminium is required to get 1120 kgs of iron? So if you want to find these types of answers, so we have to take the relations. He's asking the relation between aluminium and iron. So from the standard reaction we know that when these 2 moles of aluminium react, we'll get 2 moles of iron. If you compare mass to mass relationships, so when 54 grams of aluminium react, so we'll get 112 grams of iron. So we can take this one as standard and we can compare it. See, we can write here when 54 grams of aluminium is giving 112 grams of iron. So now he's asking how much grams. So we'll take x. So how much grams of aluminium will produce 1120 kg of iron. So it is given in kg. These units, these are in grams. So we can convert this gram into kg by multiplying 1000. So if I multiply with 1000, we'll get 1120 plus 3 zeros. Okay, now this is in the gram. Now you can cross multiply. If you cross multiply, we'll get x into 1. So we'll get x value is 54 into 112 zeros by 54. 54 can. Okay. Here we'll have 112. So 112 into 112 get cancelled. We'll get 54 into 10,000. So 54 into 10,000 is 54. Next we'll have 4 zeros. If you want to convert them into the grams, we can also convert them into the grams, right? So we got the values. So if you want to convert them into kgs, we can convert by dividing 1000. So now we got this 540 kgs. This 540 kgs of aluminum is required to get the 1120 kgs of iron. So we can directly relate it. See here it is okay 10,000 times. So here also it have a 10,000 times. So it is 112 grams, we'll get 1120 kgs. If it is 54 grams, we'll get 540 kgs. Okay, this is one question. Let me explain you the other question. In the second question, he is asking to calculate the mass, volume and number of molecules. Okay, let me write the question. He's saying you just calculate mass, volume and number of molecules. Okay, this is we need to calculate. Okay, so when we have to calculate, this is you have to calculate for hydrogen gas. Okay, so when hydrogen gas is when 230 grams of sodium react with excess amount of water, so they are getting some hydrogen gas. It is there at HTP condition. So this is the question. So if you want to calculate for these types of questions, so you need to take the help of the standard reaction. So we know that whenever this sodium reacts with water, so we'll get sodium hydroxide, metal hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. So you need to balance it first. So see here we have 2 hydrogens plus 3. Here we have 2. So we will make it double. So 2 plus 2, 4 hydrogens. Here we'll make it 2. So we have 2 oxygen, 2 oxygen. Let me balance the sodium. 2 sodium, 2 sodium. So after balancing, we need to calculate their individual mass. So weight of the sodium is 23. 23 into 2 is 46. The weight of the hydrogen water is 18. 18 into 2 is 36 grams. To calculate the weight of sodium hydroxide is 40. 40 into 2 is 80 grams. Next, the weight of the hydrogen is 1, so 2 grams. Okay. So this is a standard reaction. So he's saying when 230 grams of sodium is react with water, how much amount of hydrogen gas will take. So we'll calculate first mass. So we'll take the mass relation. So 46 sodium will give you 2 grams of hydrogen. So we'll write. So when 46 grams of sodium is giving 2 grams of hydrogen gas. Now when 230 grams of sodium is there, so how much amount of hydrogen gas we'll get? So we'll cross multiply. So we'll get X is equal to 2 into 230 by 46. So 2 ones are 223, the 23 ones are 23 tens are. So we'll got the answer as 10 grams. Okay. So here we have calculated the mass of when the 230 grams of sodium react with water. So we'll get 10 grams of hydrogen gas. Now we have to calculate how much volume it will occupy. So previously we know that this hydrogen whose weight is 2 grams. So how many moles? So 1 mole of hydrogen gas whose weight is 2 grams, right? So this is taking how much space? This is at STP condition, right? STP condition will take 22.4 liters of volume. So now we have 10 grams, right? Now we got 10 grams, right? So this is mass to volume relationships. So we are comparing 1 mole of hydrogen whose weight is 2 grams is taking 22.4 liters. Now 10 grams will calculate how much? X. So you multiply X into 2 is equal to 22.4 into 10. So if you find the value of X, we'll get 112. If you cross multiply, if you simplify, we'll get 112 liters of volume is required for this 10 grams of hydrogen gas, right? We have calculated the mass is 10 grams, the volume will be 112 liters. Now we have to calculate what is the number of molecules. So here also we'll take the mass to number of molecules relationship. So previously we know that this hydrogen gas, so 1 mole. So 1 mole of hydrogen gas, right? So here we have 1. So 1 mole of hydrogen gas would weigh 2 grams. So it is at STP condition. At STP condition, it will give you 6.022 into 10 power 23 molecules, right? Now we got the new hydrogen gas is 10 grams. So this 10 grams will take how much number of molecules? We need to find the value of X. So we just cross multiply. X into 2 is equal to 6.022 into 10 power 23 into 10 power 1. Okay, we can see here the bases are same, we can add the power. So we'll get 6.022 into 10 power 24. 23 plus 1, 24. So here will this X, this 2 will go to denominator. So we can cancel. 2 3s are 2 1s are 2 1s are. So X value is 3.011 into 10 power 24 molecules. Okay, so this is our number of molecules. See, we have calculated the mass 10 grams, the volume is 112 liters, and the number of molecules is 3.011 into 10 power 24 molecules. Okay, this is how we have to solve the problems. Okay, so you just practice the third example, and you may have some other questions in your textbooks. You can find that. Okay, so thank you.